Let's get down to the New York Stock Exchange. Jim Cramer joins us right now. And Jim, I want to talk to you about the big news of the morning, the oil release from the SPR, not just our SPR, but coordinated with other governments. We've kind of known this was in play, but we did see a reaction in the oil markets today. You think it lasts?
No, I think that oil has topped for the year, but I do think that the stocks are telling you that this is just one time. Watch Chevron. Chevron did very well yesterday. So I'm not thinking that this is that big a deal. Devon is the one to buy other than Chevron. I also like Pioneer. But I just think that this is just considered to be a one-off, Becky. And what's kind of weird is that the reason why the price hangs up here is that the U.S. companies aren't drilling. And it's nothing to do with these, with the Aramco. So I just don't regard it as being significant. And I find as those stocks go down, you want to buy some Chevron. Look, I met with Mike Wirth last week, and it's really good.
I agree with you. The idea that this is what we're seeing right now is because of the U.S. oil companies not drilling. It's also because of what we've seen just with COVID concerns raising in Europe and other places, yes. and that demand picture. You saw this break before it, but I like what we heard earlier today from Kilduff, who said, look, at this point, this is kind of a in-your-face deal with OPEC. We're going to deal with you the same way. And I hadn't thought of that kind of aspect till he said it.
I know. I mean, look, to me, what matters is demand, and demand's okay. I don't think that, look, I know the COVID numbers are bad right now, but I also think that if you look at things like what Phil LeBeau's been talking about with travel, and if you look at bookings.com, the travel's unabated. So I would really hesitate to sell these oils. I'd actually buy Chevron right here. I think they're going to have a really good quarter.
Wow, that's huge.
Yeah, I'd buy Chevron.
And Jim, I was listening to you yesterday, right after the announcement about Powell coming out, and I heard a lot of your thoughts, but I haven't really gotten a chance to talk to you about what happened afterwards. Watching the stock market, it was almost like everybody's like, oh, good, there's going to be continuity. We know it's somebody who understands all of this, but by the end of the day, they're like, wait a second, that means price hikes, that means hikes are coming for earlier rather than later.
Right, and that's what the 2 years saying. It's also what some of these great growth stocks that reverse are saying. I think this stuff is all false, but I recommended that you buy some lower price earnings multiple stocks, because I don't know, for instance, how much these cloud stocks have underneath. I don't know if there's any buyers for them. This is a seasonally really great time. No panic. But obviously, the market got a little inflated. We're going to go back to, I think, liking the stocks, including the financials that are selling at 11, 12, 13 times earnings, a little bit safer ground.
I know how you feel about testing. I've been going back and forth with people on testing all morning ever since Andrew brought up this idea of, are you going to ask people to take one of these quick at-home antigen tests before Thanksgiving dinner? I'm not sure why people get so angry at the thought of that. It just seems like a simple thing, especially if you're going to have older people or immunocompromised people, or if you still have kids who haven't gotten their vaccine yet.
Oh, you have to do it. I mean, we've got, just at Mad Money, we've got dozens. We have like a dozen Binex now. We test ourselves constantly when we're in California, and I've got them everywhere, and I think it's really important. The idea that, but look, I'm a triple vax. I really think that it's really incumbent upon everybody to test constantly so you don't give it to each other. But those who don't want to test, I think, they've decided it's fatalistic. I don't want to leave it to the fates.